Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing on this beautiful day? It's been such a long time. I've missed you all. I have been taking a bit of a social media detox, and it's been really powerful. Just bringing my awareness back to here and focusing on my children, on my family, on myself, on my clients. So sorry for my leave of absence. How are you all doing? How's everyone feeling during this crazy time? So many big changes, so much uncertainty, so much who knows. So today's video, I really just want to share with you something that's been really close to my heart and something I've been actively working with for the last couple of months in my silence. And that's the magic of intention and how to ritualize the mundane. So, with all these big changes and lockdown and kind of being confined to our space, confined to our houses with our families, I don't know about all of you, but it could feel very overwhelming, and each day could feel completely monotonous, and you feel inundated by all the things that have to happen and the sounds bouncing off the walls. I'm a mom of two small kids, so there's always, even when you're at home with nothing much else to do, there's always busyness. Busy. And before you know it, before you blink, the day has turned into a week, has turned into a month, and then a couple of months later, here we are, having not spoken for a while. So I started to feel quite, overwhelmed and frustrated by the sameness of every day. You wake up, you change nappies, you wash dishes, you clean the house, you play with the kids, you do some work, you feed them, you read a story, you put them to bed, then you pass out, and then the next day starts again. And I started to really feel quite guilty about feeling frustrated or feeling annoyed, feeling aggravated. And so I've been really actively processing that and trying to understand where that's coming from, where that frustration is coming from, where that feeling of like, oh, will this ever end will come from, because I know that it's a short time. They'll never be this small again. Consciously, intellectually, I understand that this is a precious time. But when you're in that precious time, it can feel so overwhelming, especially with all the very real world concerns and stresses, financial stresses, work stresses, relationship stresses, all the things that come into your day-to-day life as well. It can feel really taxing and take its toll on you. So I've been really focused on bringing back the intention of each day and trying to find ritual again. In many religious practices or paganism with the witches, hello and welcome, thank you for watching. Casting a spell or making a ritual, such a powerful energy to it, because it really brings in intention, which is a laser awareness focus in what you're doing. Right? Intention. In order to really be in tension, you need to be inside the body, inside the framework of the body. And Buddhism, many practices talk about being present, being in the moment, and it seems almost impossible because we live our lives in our heads. Yeah, let's be honest. So when we're clear, when we keep kind of checking in with our intention, there's this beautiful thing that kind of forces us back into the body, intention, into the body, into what's going on inside the body, so that we can, check what it is that we're wanting to have happen for that day. So I want to invite you now, just for a moment, to come into your body, come into intention. Just allow yourself to come in through your breath, out of the mind, out of the craziness, out of the to-do list, and just breathe yourself into this moment, the only moment, literally the only moment that we have any control over. So just breathing in, exhaling out. Again, breathing in. And as you exhale, just being aware of where there's literal tension in the body and just exhaling that. Hello Taryn, thank you for watching. What is your intention for the rest of today? Would you like to be a bit more playful? Would you like to be a bit more energized? Would you like to just chill out? It really starts with setting our intention daily and then being able to have things that actually keep that intention going throughout the day. So I don't know about you, but I have a pretty long to-do list. And that to-do list can sometimes feel like I don't have any time for myself to meditate, to stretch, to do anything. And it feels like all I've done today is just a whole list of tickings. Yeah? Ever get that feeling? So what if we could bring this intention into a ritual, into the busyness of the day? What would that be like? What would that look like? What would it look like to, as you're brushing your teeth, be aware of what ducks you need in the row for today? As you're washing your face, feeling energized and focused. Washing your dishes, being aware of what's on your plate, all the craziness on your plate, both metaphorically and literally. What if you were washing your floors, sweeping out what you didn't prefer, and summoning in financial abundance? What if your shower, instead of feeling busy and rushed and thinking about all the things that you needed to do, was a time for you to shower yourself in love? This is the only real way that we can start to separate ourselves from the inundation of the mundane, the monotony of every single day that can completely overwhelm us, that can consume us, that can make us feel depressed, anxious, pointless, that can put us into an existential crisis. What is this all for? Especially at a time like now in our history where everything is so uncertain. What if we could bring that ritual back from moment to moment to moment? What would some things be for you? So I'd like to talk about a placebo effect here and a permission slip. So placebo, there's many scientific studies that show the power of placebo. And the basis of that is when someone believes something, right? The intention is this medicine is going to cure me. This particular practice is going to keep me healthy. This vitamin is going to give me all that I need. Yes, of course, there's physical components within that material that assist the body in doing so. But most importantly, it is our intention, it is our belief. It is us giving permission to that thing to make all the difference. So I want you to ask yourself for a minute, what are some of the things in your life that you are giving permission to, that maybe you don't even realize you're handing your power away from yourself? You're giving your power away by giving permission to that thing. So for me, it was coffee, right? I gave coffee the permission to help me feel energized and awake and alert. Thank you for watching. Hello. And even though I've turned the coffee making thing into a ritual, I make my own milk, I brew the coffee, put my pinch of this, put my pinch of this, put my magic into it, and then drink it and feel the comfort and feel all the good feelings that I was intending on feeling while I was making it. In essence, I wasn't feeling good specifically with that coffee, right? So now taking that same ritual that you're doing on a day-to-day basis that maybe isn't in alignment with what you prefer, and seeing how you can ritualize, keeping the ritual, keeping the magic of what it is that you're doing, and transferring it into other areas. And on this point, I want to bring in here that so often we bring guilt as a repercussion for what we do when it's out of alignment with with our intention. So say, for example, your intention is to live a healthy, wonderful, vibrant life. But then you crave potato chips or chocolate. And so you find yourself eating it and then bringing guilt and shame into yourself in the very next moment. I want us to understand that that intention, that guilt, is having way worse of an effect than the actual thing itself, right? So if we look at, Dr. Emoto's work and many, many other scientists that look at the power of intention and the effects that it has on the literal cells of the body. So for example, Dr. Emoto looked at how intention could affect the crystallization of water, actually change the whole chemical composition of water, just by telling that little bottle of water, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're beautiful, you're loved, you're enough, right? Changed the actual crystallization of the water. So if you think about yourself as being more than 70% water, what are some of the intentions that we have that maybe we're completely unconscious of? What effects are they having on our physical bodies, on our mental bodies, on our emotional bodies, on our spiritual bodies? What are some of the things that that you really are super hard on yourself about? And how different would it be if you were able to bring a sense of retrospective intention, right? So eating that chocolate, instead of then feeling guilty straight afterwards, what if you could really go in and feel the intention of going, you know what? I've had this chocolate now. I'm going to allow it to become part of my body, to fuel my serotonin, to make me feel amazing and feel so good that I won't need another one for a long time. What if we could actually bring back the power and magic of our intention just by asking what our intention is? So for example here, how often have you heard yourself say, I'm so sorry, that wasn't my intention. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. What did you mean to do? What was your intention? How often do we actually reconnect with intention, even in retrospect? So I'd love to hear from you some of the things that you feel are maybe a daily ritual that you don't really prefer, and what you love about it, and what you would like to transfer that ritual to. Or some of the activities that you absolutely hate doing every day, that feel like such a bore and such a chore, that you would like to ritualize. Really just using elements. Like if we think of, witchcraft, it's got such a negative connotation, and, we're so kind of anti, for a lot of people, anti anything that's too ritualistic. But there is such magic and such power in the rituals that we consciously construct for ourselves, instead of the rituals that we just fall into, right? So what are some of those rituals that you would like to bring back? Some daily practices that you would like to bring back into your day, so that when the days melt into weeks and into months and into years, you can actively say to yourself that you are living an intentional life. What would that be like? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I definitely will be a bit more active, posting and sharing. It's just been such a wonderful and very necessary time to really just go inwards, be introspective, be intentional, and move out into the world from an intentional space, from a body awareness space. So I wish you all so well. I'd love to hear from you. I do one-on-one coaching. I also do workshops and seminars. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I do, please feel free to connect. I'd love to hear from you. Have such a beautiful and intentional day. So much love to you all. Thank you for watching.